Do you like that rustic style? Well, come on in, you guys. We have some salvage crafting going on today. Hello, everybody, and welcome into Emily's Upcycled Home. For my first project here, I found this wood piece. It was probably from a chair, looks like. It's really thick, it's warped, it's, very rustic. It's not perfect, but we're going to make this work into almost like a Frankenstein little riser here. So I'm coming in with Dixie Belle's Van Dyke glaze, and we are going to darken this tone and give it more of a weathered wood look here. Now I'm just going to complete coverage this, and all you do is wipe this on, wipe it off. You can also just let this sit for a little bit and let that tone deepen. But once I have this all covered, I did find another piece of salvage in my stash. And I just thought this was a beautiful shade of green along with all that chippy vibe going on. I'm not sure where I got this from. It looks like it might have been from a shutter or something, but we're going to go ahead and apply that to the top using wood glue and brad nails to do so. And I know it doesn't fit the length of the board or the thickness of the board, but we're going to go with that. We're just going to give it an illusion that it's a really thick board without adding too much heaviness to the piece. Now I found some spindles in my stash, but I went ahead and found these 4 pieces already white distressed up. So we're going to go ahead and add our 4 chunky little feet here using these spindles, once again using that wood Gorilla Glue and some brad nails to attach everything together. I'm going to let this sit for 24 hours and then we'll move on. So at the end, I decided to just leave the piece as is. I think it's a cute little piece with that chippy little wood slat in the front and the white little feet. Just all the mix of colors and textures. I just like the look of it. Only that front will show, so I'm not worried about the back. But you guys let me know what you guys think of this project down in those comments. Shop more IOD, Fusion, and Dixie Belle products with my affiliate link to Julie's Designs and Signs. I have that link in the description, as well as supplies, home decor, and floral. A one-stop shop with a $9 flat rate shipping. So save and reuse my link and help my content here on YouTube. Thank you all for your support. With some salvage pieces of wood, I'm going to cut with my miter saw 12-inch pieces out, 2 of them, so 1 foot sides. We are going to create a box. Now I originally thought I was just going to make another little box with some footing, but as the project evolved, you guys going to see what it turned into. And then I found a salvaged little piece of chair parts, and I'm going to put these at 5 inches for each of the side of our little box that we are creating here. And I am just once again measured and then saw that piece. Now I put my hand to the one side just to show you guys that's not usually where my hand lies. But look at all this beautiful salvage wood, chippy, rustic vibe here. And we are just going to go ahead and attach the same size with that wood glue and brad nails. Now, if you're not getting that proper angle, you want to pick up this tool here, which is called a square, and that just helps you give those perfect angles to your piece here. I'm going to come in with this, once again, rustic tile that I've been using throughout some of my crafts here. I come back in with my brad nail, and I go ahead and add nails to support that into the piece. Just be careful when you're nailing this. Sometimes that metal could be a little thicker in some areas. And here is our box so far. I went ahead and did an oopsie there, but I fixed it. Now this is a beautiful piece like this, but we are going to paint it up and give it a little bit of a cottage vibe, rusty cottage vibe here. But if you like this look, this is a perfect stage to stop at. Now we're going to come in with Fusion Milk Paint in the color Windsor, which is this grayish greenish tone here, and it's a beautiful shade, beautiful cottage color, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and paint this up thickly, layering up my milk paint and then coming in with my heat gun to build that texture. Now what I should have done here is add a little bit of wax, because this wood is going to be very thirsty and it's going to drink up all that milk paint. Not going to give us too much of a chippy vibe, so you guys put that wax on first just to help that chippy vibe going on. Now, if you have not yet used milk paint, that is just a 1-to-1 ratio of powder to water. Just mix that up, let it sit for a little bit to thicken until you get running milkshake consistency, and then just layer this up on all your pieces. I like my milk paint a little runny, but if you want it thicker, just go ahead and add more milk paint. You can play with the consistency that works best for you. But you guys see right here, as I built in that layering and add this heat, you can see the texture building on the top there, as well as some of the little bit of crackle that we are creating. I just love the milk paint look and what it brings to each of these projects, especially when you're working with a rustic salvage vibe here. Now with my sandpaper, I'm just going to come in and help distress the pieces, work off some of those flakes, and then just blend in that shade of grayish green into that wood, just blending everything even further. You want to make sure you wipe off all your dust before you come in with any sealant or waxes, which we are going to come in with Dixie Belle Black Wax here, and we are going to start aging up this piece a little further, giving it more depth, getting into those wood creases as well as into those crackle spaces, and that wax is going to hit into those pieces as well. I'm going to go in with a little bit of clear wax just to help blend everything even further, and then you just wipe off all your excess. And now for our decor piece here, I just come in with this vintage bottle that I love dingy and dirty. I came in with a dried rose, and now I'm coming in with some Sweet Annie preserved. We're going to get dingy up a tag here, and we're just going to embellish it all together. Now I'm just layering up the dinginess of some black ink, some leftover wax, and then I just like the look of numbers lately. So we're just going to come in with some numbers, little pieces of butterflies, and then lastly add in some distress inks there just to age up everything further. I'll add this all together with a little bit of softness, creating a cute little bow to the top, adding some more Sweet Annie on the tip, and finishing everything off with a button. But you guys, look how cute this salvage piece turned out. There's so much different textures to this piece, and that sweet little bottle in the center just makes it such a cute little vibe here with that rustic charm, cottage charm that I just love to create. But you guys let me know down in the comments what you think of this piece. Do you think this is something you would like in your home? Or should I have left it without painting it up? Which version did you like better? Let me know, you guys. And if you guys are enjoying my content, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell on your way out. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below as well. So this here is a piece from a bed frame. This is kind of like the long headboard piece or a foot railing piece that I cut in half. And I was just going to put it away. And then they landed together, you guys. And then look at this cool design down the center. And you guys see what I see? I see a decor board here. So we're going to clean this up, you guys. We're going to paint this up, maybe give it a chippy look. And then we'll see where we go from there. But first of all, we want to attach this. I'm going to come in with wood glue down that center of our piece. And then we're going to lay these together. And of course, you want to come in and add your, what is this called, you guys? But this thing I'm going to add to hold everything together. And before everything is dried up, you want to wipe off all that excess glue that is spilling over. I'll let this dry for 24 hours and then we'll move on. To save you guys on the double layers of paint here, I came in with Fusion all-in-one paint in the color Casement, which is a beautiful white shade here. And then I come back in with a sandpaper piece and distress all the edges, especially into those details. Just adding a light distress look to everything and showing some of that wood tone. After I finish sanding everything off, I will go ahead and dust this. And then I come in with the Mercantile stamp by IOD as well. And we're going to give this a little bit of a farmhouse vibe here. I am using archival ink. You can get this at Hobby Lobby, on Amazon, or even at Michael's, wherever your local craft store is. I'm going to press down firmly on that stamp, holding it well in place with one hand, and then we'll have this cute little stamp cow on the top, and then we'll just come in with the number 7 stamp here at the base of our piece. And now I want this really simple. Now if you like it stark white like I have it here, leave your piece as is. Everything on these videos is really personal preference. They're just ideas for you to work with and to pull into your own decor pieces or your own craft pieces. After I lightly sand up my detailing here, I come in with Dixie Belle's Van Dyke glaze, and I'm going to give this an antiquing look or a little bit of a layered distress look or age look, whatever it is you want to call this look. I'm going to go in with that and brown up the edges and go over the center of everything, just highlighting this grubbiness to this piece and giving it more of an age effect. You guys let me know if you guys tried Van Dyke glaze before and if you love it, because I think this is a great product to have in your arsenal of items to upcycle with. Now, once everything is on, I'll come back in with my piece of sandpaper and smooth everything out and blend in all that wax or glaze. And then we're going to embellish this with just some simple Jubilee fabric here and some regular coffee stain fabric that I do have and sell on my Facebook live sales as well as on my whatnot shows. So you can purchase those in a 1 foot wide by 5 foot long panel. Now I'm just getting a simple twine piece here and wrapping the center of my bowl. I just simply folded that into like a little pretzel and then added the twine in the center. I'll clip off the edges of our strings there or strips and then add in some greenery. And then I decided to come in with a cute little bell since it's a cow designs. What the cow does not have a little cute bell to go with it. But let me know what you guys think of this piece. I did finish it off with a little button. And then here is our cutting board or display board that came from a foot rail from a bed. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys pick up these salvage pieces at your local thrift store or on those days where they have those trash throwouts where all those trash becomes your own personal treasure? But you guys leave me down a comment and let me know what you guys think about this idea and if you will be trying it. I'm back on Whatnot. I'm trying a new time, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So come join me. Don't forget to bookmark those shows, and I'll hope to see you guys there. My hoard is getting smaller, you guys, so let's keep working on these wood salvage pieces. Now, these are just some scrap wood pieces that I angled at a 45-degree angle at the top. Now, you notice they're not perfect. I don't want perfection here. Don't look for that perfect look. We want this rustic vibe going on. I went ahead and found some other little scrap pieces of wood, and again with that same process of our wood glue and our brad nails, we go ahead and attach a little roofing to the top. So you see here I'm just getting whatever pieces I have in my stash. They don't have to match. They don't have to be perfect, you guys. I just went ahead and trimmed off some of this extra trimming here that stuck out because it was a little bit too long. I gave these a light sanding just to smooth out everything. And then we come in with Fusion paint color in the color Coal Black. Now I'm just going to layer up these real thick like we did the other one. You guys know the drill. 1-to-1 ratio of powder to water. Let that thicken up and then come in and build your texture on these pieces. Once again, you guys, I probably should have came in with that wax just to help the chippy look that I wanted. I come in with a little variation, just adding a little bit of black wax or black paint to the bottom of the second piece. And you guys are going to see these are very almost like an industrial look how they come out. But you guys let me know what you think of these. I come in and attach some spindle bases to each of our piece, drilling a hole in and then just screwing in that screw that's already stuck on that salvage spindle into our little house. Now I went ahead and left some of that little metal piece exposed, not twisting it all the way in. I just thought that gave it a little extra touch there. For the second piece, I repeated that process of adding a spindle, and then I went ahead and attached bases to each of these pieces, drilling a hole and then adding a screw to the base of the piece, just for a firm, secure hold on everything. For the second one, another scrap spindle here, that wood glue, and now this one I couldn't really drill a hole the way I wanted to put a screw in. So what I did, I came in with an angle and put nails on 4 sides of the piece, but I also attached it with that wood glue as well. Came in with just this little round I found in my stash once again, and for this one I did drill the hole in and attach that piece. We're going to come in and distress this black paint here, giving it a more weathered look and hopefully giving it more distressing. Like I said, the wood really drank up the paint here, so that wax would have helped me a lot to give me the look that I was going for. But in the end, you guys, these turned out really cute, but you guys let me know once again. I came in and added a little black paint on the bottom of the piece, wiping that off, trying to give it a little bit of a blending look and not such a stark line. I come in and drill a hole for some rusty salvage nails that I have just to make it a little perch piece here. Now I was trying to hammer these in, but they didn't quite stay, so I added glue. And then I have these salvage little wood light fixtures on in my stash somewhere, you guys. I'm finding so many treasures, you guys. I went ahead and add a little bit of wood glue to the top of those, and then once again secured them in with brad nails. You can let this dry overnight and it would be fine. And this is where I try to hammer in the nail, but the nail didn't have a sharp tip, so I went ahead and added a little bit of glue. I finished everything off with some black wax from DIY. Like I said, very industrial salvage kind of look here almost, but you guys let me know what you guys think. And here is the finished look. Let me know down in the comments if this is your style. This is more a dark and moody tone. I do it sometimes, but not as often. But I just think these are beautiful rustic pieces that will go great in a modern farmhouse setting or layered up in a trio. Now that last one in the back we did on our Facebook Live, and if you want to craft with me live, come on over to Facebook where you can see me live every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And now exciting news, I'll be streaming those lives also here on YouTube for you guys. Same time, same channel. Well friends, we have reached the end of our video, and I hope you guys love these projects. I hope you found some inspiration in that salvage pile that's in your stash, in your garage. Wood pieces, chair parts, bedpost, whatever, fine, you name it, we have it stashed somewhere. So I hope all these pieces inspired you to create. I hope you enjoyed them, but until next time you guys, I'll see you then.